This is Morning Edition from NPR News. I'm Steve Inskeep with Renee Montagne. Today, the Nobel Peace Prize will be given to Wangari Maathai of Kenya. She is the first African woman to win the prize for peace and also the first environmentalist. In awarding her that prize, the Nobel Committee...
It is seldom in modern times that we see a first in history. To be a first, you need unbridled ambition and a vision so revolutionary it can make its way to the foreground of modern society, widening the eyes of people so that they view the world around them in a way they never thought possible. You have to have devotion and character, but more, you have to have commitment to see your goals through, and on the way, end up changing the world.
I call upon Nobel Peace Prize laureate for 2004, Wangari Maathai, to come forward to receive the gold medal and the diploma.
Wangari Maathai, born in 1940 in a village of rural Kenya to a humble family, early academic success led her to receive a scholarship from the Kennedy administration to study in the United States. At that time, the environmental movement in the U.S. was budding. Influential events such as Rachel Carson's 1962 publication of Silent Spring exposed the vulnerability of the environment to the public. Successfully earning her degree in biological sciences from Mount St. Scholastica College in Kansas, Maathai continued on to earn her PhD in veterinary medicine at the University of Nairobi. At younger than 30 years old, Wangari Maathai had already stepped into history, being the first woman from East or Central Africa to receive a doctorate degree. It would be the first of many achievements, but the future would not be as easy.
Upon hearing the news that she had won the Nobel Peace Prize, the first thing that Wangari Maathai did was walk outside and plant a tree.
That's the way I do things. When I want to celebrate, I always plant a tree.
After completing her education, Maathai, now residing in Kenya, became active in Kenyan environmental, social, and political matters. Maathai was appalled by the amount of heavy deforestation that had occurred in her hometown and throughout Kenya. Once vibrant forests of trees had been deforested for private profit, leaving the locals that depended on the trees for fuelwood, fruit, and much more with nothing. While serving on the National Council of Women in Kenya, Maathai developed the idea of planting trees as a means to improve communities. She started by planting a simple 7 trees in her own backyard on World Environmental Day, 1977. The project quickly expanded. Beginning her effort as a grassroots project, Maathai organized women's groups to plant trees with the common goal of improving the quality of life for locals, especially women, and to conserve the ever-decreasing forests and in turn improve the environment.
She also holds the view that the capacity of the people to have the freedom to maintain and conserve their own local environment is a central democratic principle, and that's why she works directly with the people.
Maathai made sure that projects stayed on local levels. Outside management would simply intimidate the women. Never before in African environmentalism had a localized, grassroots project been successful on a large scale. The tides of history were about to be changed. The Greenbelt movement, as the project came to be known, had a simple objective: plant trees. But from this would grow a journey that would end up changing the landscape of Africa forever. Maathai knew that if she wanted to provide lasting change, the government was the best means for doing so. In 1989, Maathai stepped into the international public eye. Daniel Arap Moi, the often corrupt and greedy Kenyan president of the time, proposed a plan that brought Maathai's environmental sympathies to the surface. Nairobi's largest public green area, Uhuru Park, was to become an industrial center containing theaters, hotels, and even an outrageous 4-story statue of the president himself. Maathai began protesting the project, seeing it as a crime against the environment and against the people of Nairobi whom relied on this park as one of the last remaining green spaces. The government quickly reacted, denying Maathai and her supporters the right to stage a public protest. Parliament condemned Maathai, calling her ugly and ominous. Also, Moi evicted the Greenbelt movement from their long-time government-sponsored offices, leaving Maathai with literally nowhere to manage her constantly growing organization. Despite government opposition, the commotion produced by Maathai caused foreign investors to back off. The project never went through, and Maathai had scored her first success with the government in protecting the environment. Soon, Maathai allied herself with the up-and-coming political opposition party in Kenya, the Forum for the Restoration of Democracy. Matters quickly got out of hand. The Kenyan government in power plotted to murder leaders of the opposition party. Maathai and 8 others uncovered the plot during a press conference only a day before it was scheduled to be carried out.
But she also was a very visible critic of government policies, and on that account, she was constantly at odds with the government. Or I would actually say that the government was at odds with her.
When police attempted to arrest her during the conference, the crowd physically surrounded Maathai, barring her from police. 3 days later, 150 police swarmed Maathai's house and arrested her. Sick at the time, Maathai was carried on a stretcher to the courthouse, where she was later released. From then on to this day, Maathai has felt unsafe to go out alone in Kenya. The turmoil subsided until 1992. While protesting with some poor women, just the type she wished to empower, to secure the release of their wrongly imprisoned sons, Maathai captured the attention of hundreds of people throughout Kenya who sympathized with her cause and wished to help. The still new opposition parties saw this as an excellent chance to give speeches and raise awareness of their values. During an opposition member's speech, the crowd, including Maathai, was gassed and beaten with clubs by truckloads of police. Maathai awoke some time later in an intensive care unit. Maathai had stood up for a cause and almost gave her life for it. She decided to hold a press conference from her hospital bed. The women's sons were soon released from prison. Maathai received worldwide media attention and became a symbol of reform and activism in Africa. Maathai's goals and values are always focused on the empowerment of women. Through her planting of trees, she has allowed women to take back the lives they once felt they had lost. She herself has represented the power women can have in political matters. She recognized that society's view of women must change. She herself was divorced by a man who simply found it too socially embarrassing to be married to a woman who held a higher degree of education than he himself did. Through the Greenbelt movement, she has moved Kenya much closer to the acceptance of full equality for women. Today, Maathai's values continue to spread. Her works are truly immeasurable. Major accomplishments include her election in 2002 to Kenyan Parliament with a stunning 98% of the vote. The same year President Moi was forced to resign. She also serves as the Assistant Deputy Minister of the Environment in Kenya. She serves on many organizational boards, including UN councils. In addition to Maathai's 2004 Nobel Peace Prize award, she has received countless other awards for her work. Today, over 30 million trees have been planted with the Greenbelt movement. The Greenbelt movement has spread to over 30 countries and continues to spread today. It has proven to be one of the most successful environmental and community economic development projects ever in history.
Trees, for her, is a way of expressing the freedom of the people to develop, grow, and flourish. And so I think of her work in terms of tree planting as a representative expression of what she would like to see people be.
Wangari Maathai's vision, devotion, and commitment helped her to be one of the first African women in modern times to take place on the global stage. She is in all meanings of the word, a first.
Because we have the capacity to understand these processes, we have a special responsibility towards the entire creation in order for us to live in harmony and for as long as this planet can allow us to be.